I'm going to teach you exactly how to delete charge-offs or collections from your credit reports. This is going to be one of the biggest, most important videos you're ever going to watch if you have bad credit and you're suffering from a low credit score because you have some collections and you have some charge-offs on your credit reports. Because a charge-off or a collection can drop your credit score anywhere from 60 to 120 points. And once it grabs a hold of your credit reports, it's going to hold down your credit score like a ball and chain. You can do everything in the world to try to raise it, but it will still only plateau and it'll stop at a certain point and it won't be able to go any further. And that's why you must delete any collections or charge-offs off your credit report. If you pay them and they don't delete them, guess what? You have a bigger problem because now they are marked paid. And now it's going to be even harder to figure out how to delete them from your credit report. So if you ever do decide that you're going to pay a collection or a charge-off, you must agree to a pay to delete. And what I mean by that is, if you agree to it, you must get it in writing that they're going to delete it from all credit reporting agencies in exchange for payment. If you don't do this and it's just marked paid, it's still hurting your credit profile. It's still hurting your credit score because the status of charge off or the status of collection is still there. It doesn't matter if they mark it paid. It doesn't matter if they mark it zero balance. It's still hurting your credit score. What I'm going to teach you today is super old school. I'm going to take it back to 2000 and 2008 when I started to get into the credit repair industry. I was using the most simplest and basic ways to beat the credit reporting agencies, to beat collection companies, and my favorite, beating the original creditors. So what I'm going to teach you today is called a factual dispute. There are different types of tactics that you can use, but today we're going to go straight to the basics, and factual disputing is still one of the most powerful ways to attack a negative.
All right, so when it comes to a charge-off, what most people don't know about a charge-off is before a charge-off becomes a charge-off, it has to be late first. Right? Because charge-off typically happens around 120 to 180 days. It's a bank rule. Now, when it comes to the item being late, it must be in compliance with 1666B, right? It must have information from 1637B, and it must be mailed or delivered to the consumer not later than 21 days before the payment due date. So that's the only way a late payment can exist. Furthermore, a late payment is a negative item or negative information. Before a negative information gets placed on your consumer reports, there must be what is called a negative information notice that is sent to the consumer either before or within 30 days of this negative information being furnished on your consumer reports. Now, you're saying, Daraine, what does all of this mean? Before a charge-off can become a charge-off, the 1666B, 1637B, and all the notices that are required for that section, plus the negative information notice, consumers must get these notices first before that negative item or negative information, like a late payment, gets furnished on the consumer report. And then now you go into a charge-off. So if the late payment and the negative information never got met, if those conditions were never met, if there's no late payment, how can there be a charge-off? So there's many ways to delete a charge-off. Factual disputing is another one. I don't do the factual dispute stuff because I don't think that's worth my time. What's worth my time is how the compliance procedures work with consumer laws. And that's how I and all my students get charge-off deleted round 1, round 2 off the bat because they cannot prove that they sent out the notices for late payment. They're in compliance with 1666B, 1637B, and S27. They cannot prove that they are compliant. And if they are not compliant, the information that they're reporting now becomes inaccurate. So according to 15 U.S.C. 1681 S2 A and B, negative items are prohibited, and that ties the creditor's hand, and the charge-off must be deleted. See you in the next video. Oh, don't forget, like, share, comment, drop y'all comments below what y'all think. And listen, go to my YouTube, Daraine Delevante, and go subscribe. See you in the next video.